Don't even think about it.
I just hesitated so that you'd see it.
Take 344. Right, let's roll.
Hi Internet, I'm Zoe and this is Nick.
And together we are 2 cynics.
We're here today to talk to you about some of the stuff that we've gotten up to this month.
Not a lot. As usual, I mean, let's get real here.
We're going to chat about a few favourites and a few exciting, well, things that I think are exciting that we've been doing. Apparently we've been doing nothing, but it feels like we've been doing something to me. But yeah, let's get into it.
Starting with last weekend, we went to see a film festival movie. Well, I suppose you'd better call it a film. A film festival, called Born in China. It was selected by our good friend Josie, and it was pretty much a documentary about cute animals in China. It was Disney. The narrator was quite cheesy, and sounded like he should have been on a kids' show. But apart from that, the filming was fantastic. I don't know how they managed to get that close to pandas, monkeys. I don't know, man. It was cute. It was sad, desperately sad, but at the same time joyful and full of hope.
Also, I can actually impart some knowledge about, Nick's question about how people got so close to the pandas, because afterwards I googled the movie and read about how they filmed it. See,
that's cheap. That's not what you're supposed to do with a film festival film. You're supposed to go there and close viewing? You had to close view the film and enjoy it and critique it and enjoy it for the art that it is. It's not supposed to be entertainment, Zoe. It's supposed to inform you and move you emotionally with deep physical, chemical things going on in your brain.
Do you want to know how they got close to the pandas or not?
Yeah. How?
Well, it's actually quite good. They were sort of vague in the article that I was reading, but basically some of the film crew dressed up in panda suits and they rubbed, I don't know how they got it, but they rubbed panda scent all over themselves.
Chanel number P. It's available from your local makeup shop.
But I thought that was so interesting because the whole time that we were watching it, we were both just sort of thinking, like, how did they film this? They showed what kind of camera they were using, and the lens, it must have been, what, about this long, right? It was like this super zoom lens. It was like all of these bits sort of put together like this, and it was just huge, and it was so they could zoom like across the mountain to look at stuff. It was just crazy.
I think you're making our camera feel self-conscious, Zoe. It's only about that long.
We have quite a small camera, but it does the job pretty well.
It's not how big it is, it's how you use it.
On Sunday, it was my cousin Poppy's 18th birthday, so we went round to the house and just had a lot of food. It was really good. I made a
Too much food.
Yeah, Nick had to eat like 2 plates of lunch. And I made a cake. I made a lemon dairy-free cake with like a drizzle and like icing, and it was pretty tasty.
Everything was delicious.
Yeah, it was good. Although the highlight of the afternoon was we were there with like all of my cousins really. So we sat down together and we played Buzz, the robot edition that we used to play when we were kids. And it was Nick's first time playing it, and also Poppy's boyfriend Josh. It was his first time playing it as well. So we were just reliving our moments and then getting to share them with these guys.
It was a stressful experience. If you haven't played Buzz, every time anything happens in the game, like a new challenge comes up or somebody wins, even if they've won every game so far, everyone just starts shouting simultaneously, like the whole room reverberating with everyone screaming at the tops of their lungs about absolutely nothing.
But that's the fun of it. Everyone gets so excited. And
it's not exciting, it's terrifying.
And Nick was just sitting there like trying to figure out how to use the controller and all of this. Like, oh, so I do this, I push this, and I push this. And everyone's just like bellowing around the room. Like, do it! Do it now! What? What's happening?
It wasn't like that, it was more like
sidetrack. This is Lola, one of the cats that we're looking after. And Nick's just given her a huge fright with his buzz bellow. Oscar! Oscar! The second cat's down there, but I don't think he's going to come over. You've got your evil cat face on.
Moving right along. Something else Zoe and I have really been enjoying is going to the gym. But it's not the kind of gym you might think of when you imagine a gym, like a depressing room above some takeaway shops in your local shopping area with, you know, pop music playing and a bunch of sweaty dudes preying on girls in exercise gear. It's not that kind of gym. It's much better than that. It's a gym where the entire floor and most of the walls are covered in trampolines, and you pay your 15 or so bucks and you jump on trampolines for an hour. I mean, the first time you go, you think the trampoline will do all the work. You do literally all the work, and you don't really need more than an hour as well. 1 hour is pretty much enough for us, and we're horrifically unfit.
Yeah. It's so much fun though, we absolutely love it, and we've gone about 3 times in the past 2 weeks. It's been an adventure.
They've got people there that will teach you how to do flips.
This is Oscar.
I am loved.
So a few exciting things have been happening at the trampoline park. I did my first flip ever, and it was into the foam pit, and it was so cool, and we caught it on camera with a little action camera that we inherited this month. It's quite old, so the footage isn't quite as sharp as this, but it did the job, and it was really little, so we could take it in.
I think footage is not quite as sharp as this is. No, sorry. It's an absolute piece of rubbish, this camera. It's awful.
Well,
the footage that it takes, it might as well be a stop motion camera. It's so blurry and the resolution is so bad. It says 720p on the side, but it looks more like 360.
Lower than that.
Anyway,
we'll show you a few clips now of our adventures there.
say hi.
Don't stop now.
Awesome. Yo, check out this mad tricks.
Don't stop now. Isn't it strange how we're safe and home? So that I counting days until the second go. If you're gonna make a change, you have to let me know. Turn this shit around, just start to top the lungs. It's all you need to do.
crystal clear resolution.
It's fantastic, right?
The funny thing about going to jump is that for me and Nick, it feels a little bit like reliving our childhood. Like, there weren't trampoline parks when we were kids, but there was this place called Lollipops, and they had lots of inflatable slides and like the ball pit and just, yeah, all the stuff that kids could sort of run around and do. Less of our friends are interested in doing it than we thought. Like, we thought that everyone would be like super into it, but we might just be more childish than other people that we know.
Who saw that coming, right?
Yeah. Aside from seeing friends, something else that we've been doing a lot this month is watching Marvel movies. Now, until recently, I wasn't really much of a Marvel fan. I didn't quite get it. And that's not to say that I was like a huge DC fan either. I just didn't really watch that many superhero movies. But ever since we went out and saw Wonder Woman, like, we've sort of been coming back home and sort of binging on all the superhero movies that we can. Like,
I've been educating her.
We're still working our way through a lot of them, but we've seen, what did we see? We've seen a couple of the Avengers ones, the Captain America movies, which I really liked. We've seen 2 of the Hulk movies, and in a huge plot twist to everyone that knows me, we also saw 3 Iron Man movies.
Zoe's favourite Marvel character ever.
Every time recently when I'd seen a clip of Iron Man, like in the Spider-Man movie or something, he makes me angry. I just didn't like him. But everyone was telling me, like, Zoe, Iron Man's really great, like, he's my favourite character, Andrew and Jesse, just give it a chance. So this week we actually have given it a chance, and on 3 consecutive nights we watched Iron Man 1, 2 and 3, and I actually really quite liked them. I thought that they were pretty good. If you've only ever seen him in Avengers kind of movies where he's with all the other people, to go and actually watch his individual movies, because he actually comes across so much better. Like, he is a bit of a dig, but you sort of understand him a lot more, whereas in a normal Avengers movie you only really get like the one-liners from him, and that's not that good. But yeah, go and check out his individual movies, because I actually really enjoyed those.
Perhaps the most exciting thing Zoe and I have been working on this month has been finally learning how to play the guitar vaguely properly. I got Zoe a guitar about a year or so ago. I have recently acquired a guitar for myself. I also have my trusty ukulele.
Little uke-juke.
A uke-juke. And we are picking songs, and I don't even want to say this, we're having jamming sessions. For me, a good jamming session is toast in the morning with jam on it. That's a good jamming session.
Oh, no.
I would rather just sit down and play music with Zoe. It's not a jamming session, we're not getting down, we're not doing anything funky or hip-hopping, we're just sitting down and figuring out how to play Snow Patrol or Zombie by the Cranberries. Really, really satisfying song to play, by the way.
I think the trouble is, though, that you're saying that we're sitting down and we're jamming out and like playing music together. At this point, I don't know if it sounds like music. Like, as Nick says, like, I have had the guitar for about a year, but I haven't really spent a lot of time learning on it, so I can do some chords, but I can't really do much in terms of strumming and putting them together quickly. So you'll sort of do a chord, strum a couple of times, then sort of pause, move your hand around, play, pause, So it's not quite playing, but it's a lot of fun, and it's sort of like a slow motion jam session.
Okay, so we haven't quite reached the jam yet. I think we're still stuck on the butter stage.
Yeah, that's a good description.
Cool,
actually.
we're having buttering sessions.
I don't even know what kind of visual image I get from that. I sort of imagine like getting a sort of a table knife and scooping up the butter and just sort of buttering your chest.
Ooh. We'll have to try that later.
Oh, so crazy. So we might just show you a little bit of Nick playing the guitar just to give you an idea of what he's been doing. He's definitely a bit further ahead than I am, so I won't subject your ears to my playing just yet, but maybe a little bit later I will, in an episode a few weeks from now.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in to our interesting life.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time, eh?
Bye guys.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.